Welcome to Botox at the Bar. I'm Nicole.
And I'm Nurse Liz.
And we are the co-owners of the Beautox Bar in Maple Grove. It's where shots and beauty mingle. So today we are here to debunk the myths around Botox. So we are going to be talking about all the things Botox, all the things that you thought maybe you knew, but also what you maybe didn't know.
Yeah.
So we're excited to share with you everything you need to know about Botox. So after this podcast, you should be pretty much an expert on it.
All right.
We are not giving medical advice on our podcast, so please consult with your doctor. Everything we say here is our opinion and our opinion only. So Botox is a drug and it is used medically to treat, certain muscular conditions, but it's also used cosmetically to reduce or remove wrinkles around the face, around the eyes, to relax the muscles. So Botox is a brand of botulism toxin. It's kind of like how Kleenex is for tissue. Now, Botox is made by Allergan. It is owned by Allergan, and there are some off brands, but we only use Botox here at the Beautox Bar. So Nurse Liz, tell us why, your decision of let's just go with Allergan. We're only using Botox, the highest end brand of botulism toxins.
Right. Okay.
Or neurotoxins.
So first off, I just wanted to clarify something that you said, just so our customers and clients understand, is that Botox is a neuromuscular toxin. It does relax the muscle. Does not do anything for your skin. And
good point.
Yeah, it does help erase lines and wrinkles because we're relaxing the muscles, but it actually doesn't do anything to help your skin. You still need good skincare. So
right.
With that,
right. That's a good point.
Yes,
yeah. Because you got to take care of your canvas too.
Right.
But yeah, the muscle's not contracting as much.
And pulling and damaging the skin.
Gotcha.
Correct. So it's not actually doing anything for your skin, but it does help treat the problem because it's helping keep your muscles at bay. So the reason I chose to go with just Botox from Allergan is it's very well studied. It's been around for many, many years, close to 30. And we know the side effects of it. We know how it works. It's really predictable. So we know exactly what we're using and we're injecting into someone's face. And I always say I won't put anything in someone's face that I wouldn't put in my own face. And so I've always used Botox if I've put any neurotoxin into my body because I know it's safe.
Yeah,
and
it's been around for many decades.
It's been around, right. And Allergan does a great job with their studies, and a lot of the other companies use their studies for their products. But Allergan is the one that's doing the studies.
Nice. That's a really good point. So educate us about reconstitution of Botox. Like Botox is a gas, correct? Or like a gas?
Yeah.
Okay.
It comes in a vial. It's like this little ring around the bottom of the vial. And you would think, that's nothing. It's just this little white ring around the bottom of the vial. It is kept frozen until you reconstitute it. And then when you reconstitute it, you use normal saline. So the process of that, you can go, 1 cc to 3.5 cc. Some people go even higher. You can dilute it out, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Or you can make it very concentrated.
Gotcha.
So with that said, we keep ours at 1 cc of saline because we want it really concentrated so that the Botox is actually staying where we put it. Because as we all know, water runs, Botox does not. And so if you have it too diluted, you might have more problems with an eye droop or something to that effect. It doesn't mean you will, but it's more possible.
Right. So the potency and the power of it goes away the more you dilute it or reconstitute it with
so
saline.
you would actually have to put more in to get the same power as you would get if it was more concentrated.
Okay, so you want the high octane.
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
Do you want a shot of whiskey straight, or do you want it with whiskey and some water in it, watering it down? It's like, no, you want
with Botox,
it straight.
We want it straight up.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
Okay, just to kind of make an analogy to make it fun. But I think, too, you always talk about it being accurate then, because it works where you put it in, like where you inject it is where it works.
Yep, it's true. And so when we get new clients come in, we do our very best to treat their muscles the way we see their muscles moving. We do, we have them move their muscles and things. And we always tell everybody that if for some reason one muscle needed a little bit more, they should come back.
Yeah.
But we don't ever overdo especially with the first treatment. We want to make sure that we're treating it the way that their muscles are working. Yeah.
So talk about pain, because that's always a concern. People are like, oh, is it going to hurt? How does it work? Like, they're afraid because, first of all, most people are afraid of needles. I'm one of them, as you know.
Right. Well, nobody likes needles. I can't imagine anybody that likes them.
That's a good point. Very good point. No one's like, yay, needles. But what is the pain or the level that they should expect when they're getting their Botox?
Well, let's just say that there's going to be a little bite. Some people go, oh, that didn't hurt at all. We do try to make it as comfortable as possible for people.
Sure.
But you, as you're, where you are in life, if you're stressed out, if you haven't had any sleep, if you're hormonal, it's going to hurt more. Those things all add to pain. So, but it's not bad. I mean, even when it's at its worst, it's tolerable, and literally it takes 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So anybody can. Yeah, it's so quick. You can
give them a stress ball or something, and it's like, okay, here we go.
Yeah. And we just boop, boop, boop. It's done.
Yeah.
Yeah. We get it in quick. But yeah, it's not. I can stand it. And I hate pain, but I can take Botox without too much trouble. So most people, I don't know of anybody that hasn't been able to handle it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's very quick. And and the needles are little.
They are so tiny.
Yeah, they're tiny. It's not even so the bite that I feel like I'm feeling. It's the Botox.
It is the Botox. It's
not the needle.
It's not the needle. And we do pinch the skin a bit to try to distract.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yep.
So so it is. You do feel a little bit. I'm not going to say you don't, because you do.
Right. Yeah.
But it's tolerable.
Yeah. And it's quick and it's fast. And once it's done, and then you're not in pain or anything like that.
Nope.
Yep. That's a good point.
You'll have some little blebs, you might have that you'll have, but they go away within about 10 minutes.
Yeah, we'll have like a little bit of a raise, almost looks like a mosquito bite for a second, and then it goes down after a few minutes.
Yep, exactly.
That's a good point too. What about the number of times you need it? So how long does it last, and how often then do you suggest we get Botox?
Well, Allergan has done studies, and they say the average person is 3 months. So there are those that go through it faster, that need it before 3 months because their metabolism is so high. And then you have those that it can hold on to it for 4 or 5 months. I even have clients that can hold on to their Botox for up to 6 months.
Wow.
So it depends on how quickly you're metabolizing it. Now keep in mind that if you get the correct amount of Botox, it'll last longer. If you go light on your Botox, it is going to wear off faster.
Yeah, because you always say that too, that dosage equals duration.
Exactly.
So how much, are you averaging,
Right.
So what is the average then?
I would say the average client is about 42 units.
Okay.
It's getting more though. Some clients are getting to be up to 50 units, but some people need more than that.
Oh, I need more than that.
Right.
I do.
I think most of the girls in this clinic get 60 units or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Because otherwise I burn through it too fast.
Exactly.
2 months later, I'm like, all right, Liz, I need more Botox.
I know, right? Exactly.
I want it to last a full 3 months. I need over 60 units.
Yeah.
Like 64 is about what I average. So that's a good point that
And they shouldn't feel bad about that. That's just your muscles. That's what it takes. That means you got strong facial muscles.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. We just have to treat it. Unfortunately, it costs you a little bit more money if you have strong facial muscles than if you don't.
And those workout people, they go through it faster because they're burning.
Right.
They're burning the metabolizing.
They're burning it up.
Yeah, they're burning right through it.
Right. And one of the main things to keep in mind when you get Botox too is that you do not want to sweat or work out for a little bit, because if you sweat your Botox out, now you just paid for something that you don't have.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Isn't
I think people take that lightly, and you need to take that very seriously.
Because if you're gonna go work out,
because if you sweat that Botox out, you just wasted your money.
Yeah. That's why we always give the aftercare card.
Yeah,
of like,
exactly.
These are the do's and don'ts right after your Botox.
Exactly.
Yes.
And we tell people, to, like I say, always tell people, I can't control what you do when you leave here. I can only control what happens while you're here, and I give you the information. Now, if you want this to be successful, you're the one who's paid for it. So if you want a successful treatment, you need to follow these rules, and you'll have a good treatment. If you go home and you work out right away, you go into a sauna, you sweat, you go lay on your face, you go lay on your face somewhere, or on your
massage or something.
Exactly. These are all things that are going to, possibly destroy what we've just done. So, yeah.
Yep. Oh, goodness. And what about flying right after? Is that okay, or is it you suggest not to wait?
They say to wait. I have never had anybody have any trouble with it.
Sure.
But, they do say you should wait.
Okay.
At least 24 hours, but 48 hours. But I've never had anybody come back and have any troubles. And I know some of my clients have come in here on the way to the airport.
Oh, yeah. It's like, okay, just don't have alcohol. Like, wait to drink or anything, too. So where else can Botox be administered beside the forehead and around the eyes?
Yeah,
that's most common.
The platysmal bands here.
On the neck?
In the neck. You can put some in here if your mouth is going
Around
down.
okay.
So that you can go up. We can do lip flip around your mouth. That kind of flips up your lip. The armpits for sweating.
Yeah, excessive sweating. That's a big deal for a lot of
people.
It's
a huge deal. And then they use it in the hospital for all kinds of things. Bladders, contractures.
You've used it on the masseter muscles before,
too. Masseter. Yep, masseter muscles for TMJ.
Yeah.
People with TMJ or just extra strong massers, even if they're not hurting you, if they're bulging out here.
I would say if you clench and you see the muscle pop out, we can soften that.
We can soften that a lot.
With the neck, you really see people's age in their neck. And so to be able to soften that, that's a big deal.
And remember, though, you have to have the bands pulling on your face. If they're not pulling, it isn't going to do you any good to get them injected. So I only will do it if you need it.
Yeah.
And so if you come in and you go, I just want to get my neck injected because it's looking so bad. No, it's not. We're not going to do that because that's not going to help you.
Yeah. Yes.
It'll help certain people, but it will not help everybody.
Well, and you're giving good advice, too. Yeah. You're not just, you're not just putting it out there. It's like, let's give you a bunch of Botox.
No, I'm not going to waste your money. No. For sure.
Well, let's talk pricing. I know, pricing, maybe you know this, maybe you don't, audience, but pricing for Botox has definitely gone up and is probably going to go up again, with all things in the world these days. We found that you can get Botox between $10 and $21 per unit in the Twin Cities.
Yeah.
And cheap Botox isn't always the greatest Botox.
No,
so
we've
always
already
looking for those Groupon deals and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, stay away.
Yeah. Well, we've already talked about how you can reconstitute it and how you can, make it less diluted.
The tricks
and
of the trade.
Yeah, there are things to do. So we just say make sure you're seeing a reputable person.
Yep, a good injector.
And and don't bop around because your injectionist is going to learn how your facial muscles work. Yes. If you're going to somebody, they're going to learn what is best for you. If you keep going somewhere new all the time, nobody's ever going to get that.
Yeah, they're never going to figure out your pattern.
Right. So you're never going to be at your best.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, because it's a partnership with your injector. They're learning your pattern and your facial movements and then how to really nail it. Right. And if you need more, if you need less in certain areas. So that's a really
and so
good advice for people to understand.
Right. So you're not always just wanting to run to the least expensive place because you're not always going to, you may not be happy. In fact, there's a lot of people that come here that are not happy when they've done that. And now guess what? It just costs them more because we have to charge them.
Yeah. They went somewhere else.
We have to charge them to fix what's happened.
Yep.
Right? So it just ends up costing more. I always say every time I try to cheap out, it costs me more.
Yeah. So don't be cheap.
No, every time.
Just do it right the first time. Stay with the same injector or the same clinic, if you will.
Right.
Because what's nice about our clinic is we'll put in the patterns on your chart. Yes. So any injector here can follow that. So you'll have the same experience, which is nice.
I had a client that moved to Seattle and she called me and she said, can you send me what you did with Botox in my face? Because I'm now in Seattle and I need to go get Botox and I don't know what you did. And so I just sent her the pattern that I used, how much Botox I injected, so that the injectionist there in Seattle could follow suit.
Yes, so she has a good experience.
Yeah.
That is cool. I love that. Well, another way to save money with Botox is becoming a member of Alley. So it's basically like a rebate program, if you will, from the makers of Botox. Allergan created this Alley program, and it is a way for you to just get money back every time you get your Botox. So you'll get that. It's free for you to join, free for us.
I know. I'm so proud of Allergan that they give back to people like that, because every time you come in, you're going to have dollars.
Yep, every time.
Every single time. After that first initial appointment that you have Allie, every other time from then on, you will get money off. And then they have special things that come through, and you get to be, I've been giving away $75 coupons for clients this last month. So,
and they'll have gift card sales or promotions. Well, they'll have buy one, get one.
Exactly.
It's really a great program. So all you have to do is go to ALLE.com. And it's free. Yeah. Yeah, just go to ALLE.com and enroll.
Yeah, and you can use it at any clinic. It's not just one clinic. It follows you.
Yes. You just need to make sure the clinic you go to accepts Alley. We accept Alley.
Right.
And we also have our own Botox Bar app. Correct. So the way we spell Botox, BEAUTOX, Bar, Botox Bar app, you can download it. And when you come to our clinic, with at least 20 units or more per session, 4 times. The 5th time you get your Botox for $7 a unit.
Right. It's
that
amazing.
is a steal of a deal.
It is.
Because it's a loyalty program. It's like, hey, you came to us basically for a year, once a quarter for a year. Yep. Your 5th time, we're going to give you the deal. You know?
We want to give back to our clients because we appreciate that they come to us and they trust us with their most, their face. That's what everybody's seeing. Yeah. So
they can use the Alley on top of that. I had a client, what was that, on Friday, I think it was, they had a bunch of Alley points, plus they had gift cards that they had bought in, and they're redeeming their $7 Botox.
Yeah.
So they got Botox done. They got a ton, because they were like, well, I'm going for it then. I'm going to get my armpits done. I'm getting my face done. I'm like, you can get as much as you want. We don't care. And then she was able to use her gift cards and her $7 per unit. She got an awesome deal on Botox. So I love it when we can double dip like that.
Yeah.
And it supports the client, and we're building that relationship long term.
Yes.
As their Botox injector, and that they trust us.
Right.
And Botox, in my mind, is kind of, I don't want to say the gateway drug, but it feels like it's the way for people to be introduced to injectables and cosmetic procedures.
Well, it is the beginning of things, of course, because the first thing we start to see is, before we see the volume loss on our face, is wrinkles from.
Yep.
So it is usually the first thing that starts to show rear its ugly head.
Yes. And then they'll sit in the chair and like, okay. And like you said, we'll get the Botox in, they'll look great, but their skin might need help.
Right.
Or there's no volume, so there's nothing lifting the skin, so they're going to need some filler.
Right.
Or, or they need a Morpheus 8.
And we just give them the information. They can take that back, and they can make a plan in their life. If it's something they're even interested in. If not, it's fine.
Yes,
you can just get Botox.
But they're going to age gracefully coming here.
Exactly.
Because we see them as they age and as life happens and things. So we can tell them, okay, it might be time to think about some cheek filler.
Exactly.
Or you might want to do Morpheus 8. We got those acne scars. We can knock those out and help you with that. And then our skincare that is clinical skincare. It's the top of the line.
I just had a client come in the other day that said, and this has been happening, I decided I was going to just I was just going to let everything just take its course. And she goes, until all my Botox wore off and everything started. And she goes, I'm like, oh, hell no. I got to get to so she's back in my chair, and we laughed about it. She goes, now I need a whole lot more, because I was trying to hold off, thinking I was just going to let this go.
Going
and she goes, I can't even
natural.
stand it. She goes, I can't stand it.
Hey, I mean,
I'm
good
like,
for,
welcome back.
Yeah, like more power to you. If you're going all natural, that's amazing. Like, you go for it, you be you and all that. But I was just, it's hard. It's hard in this day and age because we're on Zoom a lot.
Right.
Or on video. And when you tend to be on those video calls, you look at yourself.
I know.
And you see everything. Because I don't stand in front of the mirror looking at all that. It's when I'm on video on a Zoom call or some type of Microsoft Teams call or whatever. And all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, I can't believe how much movement I have.
Right.
And how much wrinkles I have going on. Or I see I'm crooked.
Yes.
And so I'm like, oh, I need Liz bring me back to symmetrical. I'm asymmetrical at some points.
Well, and the other thing is we're all working longer.
Yeah.
More,
right. Into later age. Yes.
And so
what's retirement? That's not even a thing anymore.
Is there such a thing? And so these, you want to look fresh when you're working because it helps you go further in your career.
That's right.
It's unfortunate, but it is the truth.
It is the truth. And we want to be there. We want to look our best, feel our best, and stand strong and really be helpful to society and really give all that wisdom as you grow older to pass on to others. And when you're feeling good, and Botox was part of your regimen in your 20s, 30s, 40s. By the time you're in your 60s and 70s, it's not so dramatic. You look like yourself. You don't look overdone then.
No.
So we're finding more and more millennials are coming in doing, they call it baby Botox.
Yeah.
But it's just more that little bit to prevent the wrinkles from happening.
Yes, exactly.
So they don't have wrinkles, but
some of them that want baby Botox need mama Botox.
Yeah, I know,
but
right?
they say, I want baby Botox. And it's like, okay, but I'm not judging.
Yeah.
I don't care because it's their face. If they want, that's up to them, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We all have what we want to look like or whatever. It's all up to us. So each person is individual. I'm just going to give you what you want. And if you want me to tell you what I think you need, I'm glad to do it.
Absolutely. So, hopefully we have debunked some myths about Botox because I think a lot of people think it's going to make you look botched. You're going to look like you're like those celebrities that you see online or in the People magazine that look horrible. You can't even recognize them anymore. That's not what Botox does.
No.
It just softens the muscle, relaxes the muscle.
Opens things up.
It opens things up.
So if you think about a muscle, let's just say a round muscle, it's tight like this, and you put your Botox in, it's going to relax the muscle, so it's going to open up.
Yeah.
So it lifts, right?
Yes.
And so we want lift.
Yep.
We want to look more awake.
Well, and there's less pressure on the eye.
Yeah.
So I actually can see a little bit better
a lot of
when
people
my
say
Botox
that.
kicks in.
Yeah.
So that's a thing. And I feel less stressed because I can't make that face. That stressful face, I can't make it.
Oh, I've had a CEO come in and say, okay, I was at my board meeting. They all knew when I was upset, when I was they knew.
When you're frustrated
get the Botox in. That I don't want them to know. That's a surprise.
She needs it, or he or she needs.
She
to
was
have
a she.
Game. It was. They need her. She needs her game face on.
She needs her game face on, and she doesn't want anybody to know her thoughts before she wants to tell them.
Because some people, everything they can see it in their face.
And so they were all noticing all of the movements, and then they were like, "Oh," she's like, "No,
she
I got
no reaction,
no reaction." So she was in here, and she goes, "Fill me up." She wanted.
Yeah.
No movement.
Yeah. Then you can rule the boardroom better. So you're not showing all your cards and you're not showing your thoughts at the same time and opinions. So that's a really good story about how that can affect someone's even in their business life.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And how people perceive them.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we suggest that you download the Beautox Bar app for sure. Join Allie. Come see us. We will show you the Botox right in front of you. We'll reconstitute it in front of you. We're going to tell you what you're going to get.
And let's talk about that for just a minute.
Yeah.
So Botox is very fussy. It has to be frozen.
It's delicate.
It's delicate.
Yes.
It has to be frozen until it's reconstituted. Once it's reconstituted, it needs to be kept in the refrigerator cold. So we keep it in the refrigerator. We take it out as we need it, and then we put it back in the refrigerator.
Yes.
It never sits on our counter. So if I've had somebody come in one time that had 64 units put in her glabellar area, which is the area between your eyes, and at a med spa. And she was moving everything. And I said, well, where was the Botox? She goes, well, it was just sitting on the counter. And I'm like, okay, that's probably the problem. It was either that or for some other reason it didn't work on her.
Reconstituted too much.
I have no idea, but that should not happen.
Wow.
Yeah. 64 units just
and
here.
Still moving, yes.
And still moving, everything like crazy. I was like, oh, something's not right. So I don't know if they were actually using Botox, because some of the off-brands, they don't need to be refrigerated. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure what they put
Yeah.
in her face. She really didn't know.
Sure. And that's a sad thing.
That
we
is
get
a
a
sad
lot
thing.
of clients that say they don't know what was
Right.
put in their face. They're not really sure.
Right.
And we make sure we have fresh Botox always.
Oh, actually,
we go through it. We make sure
absolutely.
we don't have old Botox ever.
No, if you
Yeah.
think about it, it comes in vials. You can buy 50-unit vials, which we do. We buy
Yep.
those, and we buy 100-unit vials. And a 100-unit vial sometimes will only treat 2 patients.
Yeah.
Sometimes not even 2 patients
Yep.
if they're getting,
Yeah.
So,
like me, getting
right.
64 units.
Exactly. So there you go. You have to, it goes fast. We go through multiple vials in a day.
Yeah.
So it is one of those things that
It's just a constant refreshing. We
it's
constantly are getting
it's
new
always
Botox.
new and fresh Botox.
Yes.
Always. Yeah.
Always. And that is, I think that's what separates us too.
Yeah.
Yep. From what's available out there for consumers. And we post a lot about our Botox. We like to educate. So if you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, you'll see like little fun educations about
Right.
it and information about specials, all that.
And if they come in and do a consult with me, or even if they come in and get Botox, I'm happy to sit and answer any of their questions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you educate.
I do.
Yep.
I like it because you know what? It's education. Knowledge is priceless. Now you
power,
can make
man.
you can make a
Absolutely.
decision. If you have the information, you can make your own decision. You don't have to rely on me to
Yeah.
tell you, because now you know what you want, because you
Right.
know what you got the facts. You know what it is. You know how it works and all the good things.
And clients appreciate that.
They do.
They do. That's why they keep coming back to us.
I always reconstitute right in front of my client, and I draw up the Botox in front of my clients. Everything's done right in front of my
and
client.
you get an agreement with them
Yes.
of how much you're about to use. So there's
Oh,
no
always.
question. Because the first time I ever got Botox, I didn't even know what they put in me. I don't know how many units. I'll know I got a bill for over $800.
Right.
I was like, what? What is this? Like, I don't
Exactly.
even know. I didn't even take my coat off.
No, I always tell them how many
Yeah.
units, and if they want else, and I'll ask them, do you want me to tell you what the cost is? Because I have a calculator right on my stand.
Right?
I can figure it out for them if they need to know, because we all have a budget. We all have our
Yes.
limits, right?
They're not there just spending their money
No.
willy-nilly.
Right.
You're telling them this is what it's going to cost. And we accept payment plans.
Right.
Like Cherry or with Cherry. And we also accept Care Credit, those types
There's
of
always
things.
ways to do it.
Oh, there's a will, there's a way. You know it, girl.
Oh my gosh, do I ever know that? That's how I rule my life, actually.
Yes, yeah. If you really want something,
I know.
women make sure it happens.
Exactly. We have men clients too.
Oh, yeah.
And they sometimes we use it in different areas than the women,
Sure.
but they are here. We have them. So if you need Botox, you can come on in too.
Yes.
The men are welcome here too. But yes, we as women, if there's a will, there's a way. And we do have
Yeah.
women that come in here very creative.
What do you call it? A husband on awareness program? A little cash, a little credit card, put a little bit on
gift
the
card.
care credit. I know. Gift cards.
I know.
It's wild. It's
Some
so
of
fun,
those
though.
receipts get to be very long. Hey, and we just
Yes.
have to laugh. It's so funny because we all, who hasn't hid their packages in their car until their husband's
I
gone,
know,
and then
right?
bring it in, put it in your closet, and take it out a month later and go,
Terrible.
oh no, I've had this it's been in my closet.
Yeah. Oh, this old thing.
This old thing. Uh-huh.
Yes. And so I think people like coming here too because we're boutique-y.
Yeah.
We're kind of back here so people don't know that they're coming to get their Botox
Right.
here. We do have some famous people that come here and some people from out of the country and all over the country that fly in to see us.
They are, and it's fun.
It is fun. So they know that we we're HIPAA compliant and we take good care
And
of
we
them.
are fun. People, we have
yes.
fun with our clients too. We have
Yes.
fun here.
Yes.
Regardless of what's
There's
going on.
always
It's
laughing
fun.
going on.
Yeah.
There's no crying or screaming. It's not a scary place. We
No.
promise you that.
Yeah.
But we want to offer really good service and make people feel their best at every
Right.
age. That's what we do here.
And we want it
That's
to
why
be-
we started this.
Right, and we want it to be a welcoming place where people actually want to come.
Yeah.
They want to go,
If anything, we're kicking people out because they all want to hang out and talk to us, and we got to get clients through. We're like, we're not a bar.
Well, not that kind of a bar.
No, we're an injection bar, if you will. But yeah, I know, it's so fun. I'm like, it just makes it so fulfilling to be able to do this and offer this to the community.
We're blessed. We're very blessed.
Yes, absolutely. So if you have more questions, we suggest that you go to our website, BotoxBar.com, BeautoxBar.com. And again, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Give us a 5-star Google review if you've been to our clinic before. And
we always appreciate that.
Yes, that is huge.
And
people can find us.
And they can always get a consult too.
Yes, get a consult.
If they just want to talk through some things and come up with a plan and
get the truth, then you know exactly what you need, what it's going to cost, how, and then you might even be able to get treated right then and there too.
Right. Sometimes we have the time to do it.
If we have the time, we usually do it.
Right. Exactly.
Yep. All right. Well, thanks for watching, and hopefully this supported you in learning more about Botox. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening, and be sure to download our app to save time and money.